complete professional. He was actually an expert. I mean, his name was Dr. Cox. So, yeah, all right, well, thank you all so much. My name's Jordan Stevens. That's my time.
Thank you for joining, y'all. I think we're all subscribing over there. Well, let's keep this thing rolling, y'all. Up next, we got Illy.
How are you all doing today? Alright, I like a little bit of audience participation. How many of you guys see a doctor regularly? You guys have a family doctor? Yeah? A couple of you guys? And of those that have their hand up, how would you say? Would you say they're above average? Would you say your doctor's above average? Yeah? Yeah? Alright, a little bit more. Let's stretch a little bit further. Who here thinks dentists are doctors? Yeah? Okay. How about anyone who thinks dentists are not doctors? You guys can. No one put their hand up. If they did, I was going to ask them to leave. So, there's something called Dunning-Kruger effect. Anyone know Dunning-Kruger effect? Yeah, a couple of people. So a couple of you guys went to school, huh? I had to look that up. So Dunning-Kruger is just a phenomenon, and you just put a name to it. If you ask most beginners, and you teach them something, and you ask them how good they are, they're pretty good. So that's probably how you end up with a lot of people with really good doctors and dentists. So typically there's about 6,000 dentists, $6,000 or $7,000 dentists graduate US a year. And probably, except for the year that I graduated, there probably was 6,000 to 7,000 above average dentists. I can't speak for the medical community, I can't speak for the medical doctors, but for the dentist, I'm the one that balances out the equation. So yeah, I mean, you got 6,999 great above average dentists, and you got one that's average or slightly below average. Alright, so actually it's not because I'm below average. On my good days, I do really good work. But it's on the other days that's a problem. Now, how many of you guys go to your dentist or doctor's appointment and you made it there on time, but they're running late? Yeah? How many of you guys secretly goes, I wish, maybe want to kill that guy, but you're like, I made it here on time, what's your problem? Yeah? You guys probably don't think that way? Yeah, it's kind of different style road rage. You can clap, I mean, yeah. Well, what you don't know is, I don't have the Dunning-Kruger syndrome. That's too easy. I have the imposter / the perfectionist syndrome. All right. So while you guys are thinking, oh man, this dentist is running late, I'm really pissed. But we heard about a couple people about communication styles. You know, when they went to therapy. Yeah, you get to a certain age, you just know you can't say it. I mean, you come in, you're like, sure, I'm running late, but you can't really say, I'm madder than you, I'm running late. So things like that makes me not as happy about those dentists. Right. Something else I dislike about dentists, that's dentistry, that's really hard on most dentists actually, is you ever gone to those things? It's the dental version of a doctor that's trying to sell their male patient hysterectomy, you know, like, pretty sure you're overcharging me. You ever been to a dentist and they take a couple of x-rays and like, ooh, you got 3 cavities, but they don't hurt. You ever been to those? Yeah, I love those as a dentist, you know, trying to tell people, yeah, based on your x-rays, you have some cavities, but they don't hurt you now. I'm going to remove them because I can see from the x-ray you have cavities. Oh, and by the way, there's a chance that after I'm done with you, you may hurt. I love those as a dentist. Yeah, so we talk about perfectionism, and instead I'm trying to do something like talking comedy. So maybe this could be a very short show for me. You know, I may have a very short shelf life. May not make it as perfect in this industry. You guys being pretty great. My name is Ely, and I'm available for bar mitzvahs, birthdays, and weddings. All right. And like Jordan, I'm also single. All right. Have a great night.
Keep it going for Ely. I got to make jokes about people being late, and half this motherfucking crowd showed up at 5:40 to a 5:30 show. Y'all know who you are. You're sitting in the back. I see you. Y'all ready to keep this thing going, y'all? Come on, next we got Jared, everybody!
I have no joke for that song. I just love that song. So, has anybody here seen this documentary called OJ Made in America? Yeah! It is a 30 for 30 made by ESPN. Because it's ESPN, you're like, oh, it's a sports documentary. No, they cover the entire trial. And based on my expertise, after seeing all of the evidence and reviewing the case, he's pretty guilty. Like, I don't know why it took like 2 weeks to figure this out. He definitely did that. Like, you could have solved the case in like 1, maybe 2 episodes of Law & Order. Like, they would have got him, like, very quickly. So, the most interesting part to me of that case was the detective, the lead detective. His name was Mark Verman, right? Y'all seen this documentary, so you can tell me if I'm lying. They go through his case notes, and he says, don't trust Mexicans or N-words. Now, on that note, 2 things. 1, why do you need to write it down? Is it something that you might forget? That's very weird. That's very weird to me. 2, the other very, very interesting note is, I like saying the N-word because I like making you say the word in your head. Like, you have to autocorrect it, so you have to say it. This kind of makes me giggle. Whenever somebody goes, I've never said the N-word. Well, maybe not out loud, but you definitely thought it. So, the other weird thing to me about that case is, the detective, Mark Verman, he's not dead. He's alive. He's in California. You can see him at a Whole Foods. And he's just that much of a racist dude that he's just there. So I can say that I have some expertise in the field of law enforcement because, like some others, I am a military veteran. And I did, no, I just need the transition. So I am a military veteran, and I was a military police officer, and I was in San Antonio, Texas. I was at LACTA, that's where I did a lot of my time. And one of the most popular things that we would run into in Texas is theft, right? It wasn't the military members, it was a lot of the spouses, a lot of the kids. And I will never forget this one theft because it happened on a Sunday at 2 p.m. Very important. So we get the call at the loss prevention office, right? We go in there, and they're like, we got him. It is a 13-year-old black kid, also very important. 13-year-old black kid who stole a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? Yeah, that was the crime. So the process is, loss prevention office, we detain the person, we apprehend them, put them in the back of the police car, take them over to the station, right? That's the process. With a minor, you go with your guardian, you know, they'll be in the car, you go to the police station, you do the paperwork, you leave, right? So this kid, okay, and like I said, 13-year-old black kid, he's exactly what you picture in your head. He's tall, he's skinny, he wears glasses. That's the kid, right? So he was there with his grandmother. And this happened, like I said, Sunday at 2 p.m. They had just gotten out of church. So this kid decided to steal on the Lord's Day. And I don't know why he thought it was a good idea to test his black grandmother like that. That was a terrible decision. So I explained the process to grandma, you know, the whole thing. She looks me in the eyes and she goes, y'all got a jail cell over there? I said, yes ma'am, we do. She said, put him in handcuffs. Put him in the back of your patrol car. Take him over to the jail cell. I'll be there soon. It's a 5-minute drive. She showed up 20 minutes later with a belt. I didn't ask any questions, right? So this kid's like in the jail cell, he's crying, right? I don't read the Bible, but she's there like, you see, this is what happens, this is what happens. And I was her hype man in the back. I'm like, that's fucking right. That's fucking right. That's what happens, huh? You don't fuck with Jesus, right? You don't fuck around and find out with Jesus, right? She's over there like saying her hymn. She's like, I'm gonna pray for you. And I'm like, that's right. Because I'm pretty sure it says in the Bible, thou shalt not stealeth the packeteth of Union cart, right? Right? That's right. She's over there singing, doing her thing. And I'm like, that's right. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Get him. I was going off on this little ass kid, and I have no regrets. Thank you all very much. My name is Jack.
Give it up for Jared. With that smooth transition, y'all. Let's keep this thing going with Farzina.
Yo, what's up? I am Farzine, trying not to have a wardrobe malfunction up here. Just want to let you know, John Antoine, we're all looking for more women of the Kept Women's Club. Mary Grace and I, we are currently knitting a lovely strap-on holster for Kept Women. So if you'd like to join, please come see us after the show. I just moved here last July from Oregon, to make new friends, and I like cats. I've been, calling the Humane Society and asking them how long are their pussy hairs, and they hang up on me, and I'm just like, I just want to know if you have any Maine Coons in stock. That's it. Speaking of that, I'm a domestic short hair myself. I was born in Iowa, raised in Tucson, Arizona. My family is originally from Bangladesh. It's a small country. It's about the size of Wisconsin, and it's one of the most densely populated countries in the world. Hence, my grandparents loved sex. My mom is the youngest out of 12 siblings, and as you can see, easy access. So, I'm currently going through perimenopause. Moses is parting the Red Sea as we speak. Yeah, it's fun. And coincidentally, around this time period, right after my husband's 40th birthday in January, he decided to initiate separation after 14 years of being together. But I'm doing good, He's a white guy, I get it. Like, I'm Bengali, we're a little crazy. Needless to say, I'm finding time to turn back to the back to basics Farzine. Embrace my new 42-year-old identity. Woo! More salacious, less codependent, more Mercury retrograde, chaos. So, one of the things I've been doing is I've been confidently leaving floaters in all the old toilets throughout Savannah. And leaving notes that Troy did it, not me. Oh yeah. Passive aggressive. The other day I was crying on the way to Whole Foods because I was, upset over my husband. And then I'm quickly realizing that's like first world privilege shit. Like, I can totally hear my mom yelling at me in my head, Farzine, Whole Foods, are you buying the whole cow? I'm getting around town, so I recently went to a private event for Savannah Music Festival. And I got to see the lovely Andrew Sovine. I don't know if you know, he's wonderful, country singer. He did this beautiful song. It was an acoustic set about a quart bed wedding cake. Anyway, I sat at the bar, and I met this lovely Austrian couple. And they were in their 50s and 60s visiting the U.S., and the wife looked like Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac, and The husband looked like Jean-Luc from Star Trek. So I'm sitting there talking to him, and I'm wearing a short dress, and I keep pulling it down because many moons ago, when I was 31, I decided, well, we were at a tattoo convention in Detroit, and we decided to get tattoos together, my husband and I. And he got, a sailor tattoo of an eagle, holding the American flag with talons, very, very American. And me, well, I used to dip my toes in the European pond, being bisexual and polyamorous. So I was like, something like that sounds good. So, I decide, well, let's get the Bangladeshi flag on my thigh. I'll kind of show it a little. Ooh. But then Chris is like, he was a Freemason too, and he goes, "Are you sure you really want that?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you want the word Schlampe on your thigh?" And I was like, "Yeah, it means slut in German. I know exactly what it means." So fast forward to being at this, Savannah Music Festival event, and I'm sitting there pulling down my skirt because I don't want to send a message to this Austrian couple that there's going to be an encore performance later. My last joke here, since Easter is coming, what did Jesus say when they nailed his hands to the cross? What? Get the hands, get the hands! Thank you very much.
Give it up for that Schlampe, y'all. All right, we're near the end of our show, y'all. We got 3 more comics left. Coming up next, y'all, we got Corina Elias.
Hi, everybody. Hi. It's a nice looking crowd. Hi, Wendy. I love you. You guys look like you work out. I'm really into working out, okay? I'm really into working out. It's how I deal with, my trauma, that and this. Therapy's too expensive. But like all weightlifters, I signify my elite weightlifting status by the size of my gym bag. I have the Mary Poppins of gym bags. I can just keep putting things into it. There is no end. I never have to take anything out of it. Yeah, but I will bring my knee braces on chest day. I need all of the support I can get to deal with my crippling body dysmorphia and the fact that I have never been good at any real sports. You will beat me in a game of rock, paper, scissors. But it's interesting being a gym girl. I'm also an engineer. And my proudest thing that I have coined in my engineering life is this theory that I like to call the big booty field of attraction theory. Let me tell you about it, okay? So gym girls, specifically gym girls with big booties, have a gravitational orbital radius. Okay. So as they walk past men in the gym, if they, God forbid, happen to be within the gravitational pull of that radius, they get forced to work out very close to them for the remainder of the workout. And while they're there, they're figuring out how best to make contact, okay? And they have a few different things that they've developed over the years that they use from their arsenal, and I'm going to tell them to you. So the first one is the, let's say I'm doing lunges, It's the, are you using that? That is in the bench, like 2 benches down from me. That I am clearly not using. These are so slick. The other one is what I like to call the maximum eye contact probability positioning zone. Oh, you didn't, the maximum eye contact probability positioning zone. Now, this is, let's say, if I'm doing a workout like over here, like right here, let's say I'm doing curls. The guy will be sitting like right here on the bench. This is the mirror. It's just in between sets. You know? The last one that I think is the most charming is the damn girl, what have you been feeding that dump truck? Do not talk to women in the gym. Okay? I don't know who needs to hear this, but I see a few men. I know all of you men need to hear this. Don't talk to them. Don't talk to women in the gym. You know, I don't care if she's the most beautiful woman you've ever seen. I don't care if I am standing in front of you asking you a question. If I am in the gym, do not talk to me. Don't talk to me. Okay? I have met almost all of my boyfriends at the gym. Every time I break up, it's a new gym, you know? There are only so many gyms in Savannah, and I can't control myself when I'm ovulating. What am I going to do, calisthenics? I don't think so. Do not talk to women in the gym unless you are, in fact, a hot girl that has been feeding that dump truck. Thank you.
Something of a garbage man myself, y'all. Let's keep this thing rolling. We got 2 more left. Coming up next, y'all, it's Colin!
Hey. A few years ago, I woke up in the parking deck of the Venetian Casino and Resort in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, you may be wondering if I have one of those rich people acting poor $200,000 vans, or maybe they have beds in the parking deck. They do not. No, I woke up on the pavement using a traffic cone as a pillow. Hot look, hot look. So I woke up the way we pavement people do, with a security guard flashing their flashlight on me, right? So I started to wake up and looking at this lady, and it was weird because the lady looked like the Secretary of State from Madam's Secretary. Does anybody watch that show? Yeah, looked just like her. It was crazy. So the first thing she does is say, "Hey, what's your name and who's the president?" And that pissed me off. Number one, she's the Secretary of State. She's supposed to be And number two, I've known this lady for 5 seconds. That's way too early in a friendship to start talking politics. So, after I told her that Barack Obama had beat Joe Biden and George H.W. Bush was running this country into the ground, she found my room key, thankfully, realized I was supposed to be there, and had a couple cronies with her, 2 security guards, and these were like Vegas security guards. We're talking about 2 guys that look like Conor McGregor and Mr. T, like to the T, if you will. So these guys escort me back up to my room, and I thought it'd be real funny when we're getting out of the elevator if I just took off running. They didn't think it was funny. It's Vegas. Slept the morning away, woke up. When I reached into my left pocket, found 3 $500 chicks to the Venetian Resort. I'm up $1,500. I'm rolling. Frank Sinatra can suck it. I run Las Vegas at this point. So I'm out there for fantasy football. I've got some friends from college. That's how I keep up with them. We do fantasy football, and we're out there for the draft. And the way we're doing our draft is that everybody starts with $200. You get 1 hour, And whoever walks out of that casino with the most money, that's the draft order. So the pecking order on how much money you make. Kind of a fun prompt there. So we go in and I immediately get slaughtered. I'm talking that $200, I don't even think I went to the table. I think it just fell out of my pocket. Start hemorrhaging money, just money after money after money. You know, go to blackjack, no better. Go to craps, no better, nothing. And I'm looking in my pocket and it's just dwindling. Those $500 chips are not there anymore. We finally get done and I've got $30 of the $1,500 I started with. So my buddies are making fun of me. You know, I'm sitting there kicking myself. Like, hey, why did you lose that much money? Like, what's wrong? Why are you doing this? Mr. T and Conor McGregor are having a protein shake in the corner, just shaking their heads. The Secretary of State just tapped me on the shoulder and told me that the U.S. government isn't bailing me out of this one. I'm down bad. Frank Sinatra, no more. I did it my way. Leaving the casino. Roulette table right there in front of me. I got $30, baby. 17 is my lucky number. Put the remaining $30 on 17. 17, I'm up over $1,000. Frank Sinatra can suck it. I run Las Vegas. Thank y'all for your time.
Keep it going for Colin, y'all. Alright, we got one last comedian left, y'all. Keep it going for AJ, y'all.
Oh, you better play it. Okay. The joke is on me with that song because they make fun of me with that. So hi everyone, my name is AJ Gray. How y'all doing? My pronouns are they, them, theirs. Are there any queer folks in the building tonight? Woo, love it. Love that y'all are here with me. Where are all my straight people in the house? Yes, I just want to leave y'all out because I still believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I'm a part of what I like to call the new LGBTQ, which I like to say stands for Let's Burn Teslas Queerly. But really, I have not dated a lot in my life. I'm in my mid-30s, and I can count maybe on one hand the amount of people that I have dated. And there's some like really important reasons for that. Well, for one, I pretended to be straight for 20 years. And you would think after 20 years of service, they would, they would give me like a watch or something. I mean, when you've been married that long, you at least get fine china. I would at least like to walk away with a shirt that says, I was straight for 20 years and all I got was this t-shirt. But no, all I left my run of heterosexuality with was 3 orgasms and the ability to suck the meat out of a crab leg. So I finally fit in with the rest of my Caribbean family members. I'm not that Americanized anymore. During my run, I dated a guy that wore colored contacts. I'm sorry, y'all's reactions are better than me. Yeah, so y'all, as the reactions assumed, he did end up ghosting me. So I really did dodge a bullet. Well, you know what, that's not fair to dodge. I Tesla'd a bullet. Yes. So like I said earlier, my pronouns are they, them, theirs. I identify as agender, but unfortunately my paycheck still identifies with the gender wage gap. I like to say that people who are attracted to me are really experiencing Schrodinger's sexuality. You're both gay and straight until you come and you talk to me. And then you have to decide whether you're a top or a bottom.
I'll be a bottom.
No. Yeah, wait. So I started dating again. I started dating again. And I've gotten into new hobbies such as crocheting. And on dates, people love to ask me, oh my gosh, did you crochet your top? Did you make your top? And I tell them, I'll make you a top. The apps are really terrible, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think that the worst part is when folks are on their profiles, they're like, you know the vibes, and I'm like, no, I have anxiety, I've literally never known the vibes ever. Which is also another reason that I haven't dated much. I have anxious attachment, anxious avoidant attachment. Yes. So in queer speak, that means I'm a Libra sun and a Pisces moon. And it's also the reason that I can never have a threesome. Because one of them is going to be paying me too much attention, and I'm going to want the one that's ignoring me. So I have an anxious avoidant attachment style, which means that I have both a praise kink and a humiliation kink. And it makes sense when you realize that I do improv. Please stay for the 7 p.m. show. But in improviser's defense, I think that most of us come for the praise and stay for the humiliation. So I'm so anxious avoidant that when I went on a date with a girl that I really liked, she started the date with a hug. And I decided to end the date with a friendly handshake. Our second date was just a friendly wave at Daffin Park. And so obviously our third date is going to be at the U-Haul Center. We'll be moving in together. So I'd like to leave you with one more thing, a quote from a great prophetess of my generation, Megan Thee Stallion Pete. Heavy is the head that wears the wop. Thank you so much.
Keep it going for AJ, y'all. And keep it going for everybody that you saw tonight. Actually, everybody in class, come up on stage. Everybody perform tonight. Come up on stage, guys. This is very, very difficult. It takes a lot of work, and they did. So thanks to them, y'all. Keep it going, keep it going. Now, AJ also did mention, here coming up very shortly at 7 p.m., we have another show, guys. It's called Wrap It Up. So you're going to have more people talking into microphones, except they're going to be rapping. Freestyling off the dome. So yeah, if you guys think that's going to be fun, check it out. Breezy's still at the door. Tickets are just $10, y'all. But thank you guys so much for coming out. If you guys like stand-up and you think you want to take this class, I got another one coming up on April 23rd. Check it out at frontporchimprov.com. Can we take a picture, y'all? Picture? Yeah! Let's get a picture going. Thank you, Raul. Come on. Bring it in.